Umuntu wamabhadi straight. Ngisho noma uthi uyothwala uthi uyafika enyangeni kutshela ukuthi ayiphelile inyoka. Umuntu wamabhadi. Sanibonani football lovers. Welcome to PK Sports. Igama lami Mbongi Nkosi. Thembe ukuthi ni kahle, niyaphila. Danko. Today we're going to discuss about two players. Ayabulela Maqwele and Ukhanyisa Mayo. But you know the drill. Before siyakude, cela ningisize ngokulike nokusubscribe to the channel if awaka subscribe. Kodwa mase usubscribeile, danko kaningi. Asivele sihlala udabeni. It is said that Kaizer Chiefs is going head to head with the Orlando Pirates for the signature of Ayabulela Maqwele from Golden Arrows. And you know very well ukuthi for Kaizer Chiefs to sign players that are coming from Golden Arrows, it's a bit difficult because the relationship that Orlando Pirates and the Golden Arrows have, and Kaizer Chiefs might find themselves in a situation whereby it will be difficult for them to get a player of their choice. Because here I believe the reason why they are pushing for Ayabulela Maqwele, it is because they are looking for a perfect replacement for Gaston Sirino. Gaston Sirino, I think Kaizer Chiefs are forcing him out of natural. Looking at how things are right now. Because age-wise, he won't be giving Kaizer Chiefs anything that will benefit the club. But his quality doesn't go unnoticed because technique is important. Technique is everything in football. But I think sekuyixesha lokuthi naye avalelise, uyabona ukuthi isikhathi sesihambile. But for what he has contributed to Kaizer Chiefs, because he was part and parcel of that team that won the Nedbank Cup last year, 18 May, against Orlando Pirates. He scored a penalty in the final and he scored a beautiful goal against the Chuba United. But right now, I believe it is time to have other players that are still hungry for success at Chiefs. And Kaizer Chiefs, I believe that player is none other than Ayabulela Maqwele. Ayabulela Maqwele is playing attacking midfield, left winger, and right wing. Same as Gaston Sirino. Perfect replacement. And age-wise, I believe the reason also, the other reason that Kaizer Chiefs are fighting so hard to have this player, it is because looking at the average number of players in the Kaizer Chiefs squad, most of them are below the age of 26. So you look at the plan now, okay, this is the strategy. You can count them if you want. You count them and you realize okay, this might be a good strategy for the club because they are looking for a club that will have chemistry but will grow together. And there's still a player like Umatlo. I believe Kaizer Chiefs might decide let's release him, because right now I'd say players that are guaranteed to be Kaizer Chiefs players that are playing in the attacking midfield position, it's Mduduzi Shabalala and Etienne Chislett. So the addition of Maqwele simply means they are looking for someone that will give them variety in terms of attack, especially in that attacking midfield role. Because we know depth is important in a club whereby they will be competing for many competitions next season. And Maqwele is a player that I'd say to be honest, I don't know much about him. That's why I'm making a statement based on what I've found about him, because Naguma videos, I don't find videos, and I know at some point the best way to know about a player is to watch him play with Golden Arrows. And it is said, or it's a pity his performances are overshadowed by Isaac Cisse because he is the one that most of the time he's in the spotlight. And now I cannot say Guti he is a player that I'd say Guti Magafike Naturena. It's a player that you might rely on. It's a player that you know Guti he is renowned. But it's a player now I believe Guti is still trying to find his feet. A player who's trying to make his name in the top flight football, because we know very well with the potential that is monitored well, potential that has a discipline will take you far in life. Because even if you look at the stats, they are not that appealing for a player that is an attacking midfielder, because in 29 games he registered 3 goals in I think in 3 competitions. Una 1 ku Betway Premiership, una 1 ku not 1, una 2 go Carling Black Label, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, una 2. So it's 3 goals and 2 assists, meaning with the 5 goal contribution. And you know very well with players like that, it's a player that you cannot say which you can rely on, but it's a player that you know which when you sign him in a big club like Kaizer Chiefs, it simply means good team. It's a player that will have to work hard to win the heart of the Amakosi faithful. But for the fact that the Orlando Pirates have joined also in the race of signing Umaxwele, that simply means that there's something about him that is interesting, because I believe with both teams they are signing him not because they need him, but it's because they want to replace the ones that are leaving them or that might leave them. Because at Pirates, you look at Ukabelo Dlamini, he might leave Orlando Pirates. At Chiefs, you look at players like Gaston Serene, players like Matlo. And also Kaizer Chiefs might decide themselves, maybe next season we should give it a try and try Mfundo Vilakazi in that attacking midfield role, because I believe he's capable. But it will depend on the coach that is coming. What does he prefer in his game model as a coach? Because other players, their performances decline when there's a new tactical approach implemented by a coach. But Umaxwele, obviously, it's a player that I believe he adapts very well in new environment. Because usuke ku Royal AM waya ku Golden Arrows, but wasebenza ngokuzikhandla to be where he is right now. And for a name to be there in the spotlight because of 2 clubs in South Africa that carry so much weight, that have rich history, it simply means there's something that he's doing. So I don't know about you, do you think it's a player that might help Kaizer Chiefs? Asiphume-ke lapho. Let's go to Ukhanyisa Mayo. We know he's on loan to Kaizer Chiefs from ECR Belouizdad from Algeria. And we know the situation coach Sid Ramovic didn't include him in his plans for this current campaign of 2025-2026 season. So it simply means Upasa Michaels, his agent, had to make a plan for him to go to a club whereby he might get game time. And obviously, Kaizer Chiefs was one of those teams. And hopeful he was going to do well at Chiefs, but injuries got the better out of him. And also, he didn't get that much game time because players like Flavio Silva didn't make it easy for him. And now with ECR Belouizdad in a situation whereby they are banned now from registering local players and also international players because of Ukhanyisa Patrick Wagamayo filed a complaint about the club itself. And now the club was fined $200,000 because of Mayo's complaint. And we know Khanyisa Mayo was signed from Cape Town City for a fee of $1 million for a trade deal. Simply means the next year, he contract. And now, I think this situation is tricky and it's going to be difficult for Khanyisa Mayo, because even at Chiefs, it is not certain that he will remain at Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs have to decide whether we buy him or we let him go back to his parent club. Because I believe that lies in the hands of the new coach and the management if they feel like he still has more to offer the club compared to his first stint. And now the thing is, I'm seated here wondering what if Kaizer Chiefs decides not to keep him? How will he face his club? So that's why I think this situation is a bit tricky for him, because he doesn't really know what does the future holds for him at Chiefs. And now you'll have to go back to his CR Belouizdad, and obviously, by the look of things, the relationship won't be smooth and the environment won't be good for him. That will simply mean if he goes back, they'll rather say to him, you'll wait until your contract comes to an end, but you won't play football. That's what Upasa Michael saw. Okay, this might happen, so let me go and look for a team for him that he can go play, and then again, after then, that's where everything will be clear. Because I thought an obligation to buy it simply means you have to buy that player. But Upasa Michael came and clarified everything in that contract. No, Kaizer Chiefs, if they don't feel like signing him, they won't sign him. And now, for him to wait, ukuze kuphele i-contract ingama-affecta psychologically. And even if it means Kaizer Chiefs nayo vele, if it will happen they don't keep him, it simply means there are other teams that will be looking to sign him. So you see now in this situation, there are pros and cons. Wena ngokwakho uyibona ikanjani le situation? Do you think Kaizer Chiefs must keep Khanyisa Mayo for next season? Or you think they should just release him?